Here we go. We are live. Welcome to the Baseball Junkies After Hours show. And I'm here with Adrian from A League of Her Own.
What's up,
Who we got in
everybody?
the chats hanging out with us? We got Epiphany Car Collector letting us know he showed up first. And we got WVogs 18. We got Diamond Princess. How's everybody doing?
We got the Phillies up 2-0 in the middle of the fifth inning.
Okay. Will saying, if you can you down the list of AL and NL Gold Glove finalists and give your predictions at each position? We will plan on doing something like that later on down the road, but right now it's a little too early. I want to wait till
Yeah.
at least the World Series is almost over before we actually start having that conversation. But we'll bring that up on the after hours show because we're not trying to incorporate actual baseball news back into the podcast because we don't want to give the people what they don't want. You know what I mean? So
We talked about, because early on when we were doing both baseball and hobby news, we did give our predictions, and we at the beginning of the season, and we did talk about revisiting that, and we might talk about all of that then. I know I saw Julio's on the finalists list for a Golden Glove.
yeah,
Gosh, he's not the only one.
Volpe for a Golden Glove.
Volpe, nice. I might pull up the list and see who's on there.
Sean, how you doing? Larkin, what's up,
What's
Tom?
up, guys?
Alan. Oh, Johnny says, Adrian, about your comment of Topps Holiday. Unless it changed this year, it has always been a Walmart exclusive, which is why you didn't see it on Target.
Yes, 100%. Johnny, I was talking about Bowman Platinum when I was talking about if I
Yeah.
was going to see it on other sites. But yes, you're 100%. If I probably made that I probably made that sound confusing. I feel like I'm just saying that is confusing. Topps Holiday, Walmart exclusive. Bowman Platinum, also a Walmart exclusive in the
Yes,
past, I believe.
definitely.
Myers
My
always
daughter's
seems
birthday was good too, Vox. She's a full-fledged adult now, so I'm gonna slowly take the nipple out her mouth. You know, she's got to grow up and be a big girl. But you know, always once a daddy's girl, always a daddy's girl. Got to be there for her. But the big thing that I really wanted to touch base on, that I think if we would have brought it up to the podcast, it would have just, we could have probably took a whole hour of it, you know. So, and I sent this video to Adrian. I think it was earlier this morning or probably yesterday. I don't remember. But if you don't know who he is, this is another individual who happens to give his perspective on the hobby, and that's Scotty B Cards. And he did a video basically going over a lot of alleged conspiracy theories regarding the hobby that I wanted to bring here and get everybody's perspective on and see where everybody's mind is at. So like he was talking about a whole bunch of stuff, but there was only 5 particular topics that I really wanted to go over. Like the first one, what is everybody's thought in regards to the PSA population report? Do y'all feel that in a way it's kind of altered to a sense where you have those sought after cards that, in your opinion and anybody else who they brought it up to, feel that it would gem, you send it off to PSA and it comes back as a 9? Do you think that they're actually fabricating those numbers just to keep those particular high-end cards at a minimum just to keep the value up?
He was making it sound like, oh, I don't think in his video he was saying, I don't think PSA is, I think he's like the grader, like, oh, look at this card, this is a this is a super rare high-end card.
Yeah.
Oh, and they look at it more carefully, where they might not look at the card as carefully if it's not, if it's a base rookie card or something like that. I think it's I think everything's messed up. Like I think
mean,
PSA.
I
I
mean,
think PSA. He talks about how the PSA favoring certain people. I 100% think they favor certain people. Look at what they did with Mike Trout's cards back, the World Baseball Classic cards, the number to 3 that they did.
Yeah.
How one of them was
Well, I mean, okay.
Who's got the money?
And we're gonna touch up on that, but as far as the fabricating of these Gem Mint 10s, I don't think that is the case. And I say that because there was a time where I did send my black gold red border to Adrian to get graded at PSA. And there's been times where Adrian did give me a heads up. Oh, your card's at grading right now, or it's at QA1, or whatever the case may be. So I'm looking at the pop report just to see how many of that same card that I sent in have been graded, and I actually did notice that there was a platinum black gold of Shohei Ohtani. And if you don't know, the platinum black golds out of Topps Update are one of ones. That one actually graded a 6. So I don't think fully that they're being fabricated, because I mean, if that was the case, a lot of these PSA 10s would not be PSA 10s, and I just think,
Excuse me.
I mean, there's a whole bunch of factors that get into it, for example, how you package the card, how it's received, the grader himself or herself, because I do know for a fact now, I believe PSA is actually having females grade cards as well. And we all know with women, they tend to be a lot more detailed and meticulous with pretty much anything that they get into, and that's not necessarily a bad thing.
Have they not had women graders?
Not really.
Really?
Not really.
I mean,
and then
whatever.
Another reason why I think the pop reports are not being fabricated, and this is going outside of PSA. There was a video that Jeff Wilson did where he did a tour of SGC.
Oh yeah,
he did give them some cards, and I want to assume that he thought that they was all gonna gem, but in all reality, I think he only got like one that gemmed, and I think the lowest he got was like a 8, if I'm not mistaken. So I personally don't think the pop report is being fabricated, but I do think a lot of the graders are not, consistent with each other, or the grading standards, if you will. So that's just my take on it.
I can agree with you on that. Lock in 1 cent sport cards. I looked it up. It looks like he did a review. Oh, that says 5 months ago for the 2023
it's been a while.
Bowman. He's got, he's still been posting stuff. He's talking about tag and stuff, PSA reveals.
He does a lot of PSA reveals.
He had a first look of 2023 Bowman Chrome about a month ago. So it looks like he's just mixing in stuff. He'll probably still do reviews. He's probably just few and far between with them. What else did I see here?
I agree, Look, and I mean, I was always looking forward to 1 cent dropping those review videos about the product.
Yeah,
that's honestly why especially giving us his take on what teams to gun for in a break.
Yeah. Let's see. Phillies base cards. What's up? Collector's Dream. Lock in.
Dom, how we doing? Kenny, Magnus.
In that sense, but when you look at iconic cards, they're 100% being controlled on grading. I that is a good point about the Ricky Henderson rookie card. That's I go well, what's up, Kenny? I just go straight for the conspiracy theory usually. I feel like everybody's just twisted.
Okay, so another thing that Scotty did bring up, and I know we've touched up on this many a times, are breakers getting loaded product?
Yeah.
Now, well, yes and no.
Not all of them.
It depends on the breaker.
Yeah.
Because I mean, there's been I watch Striker religiously, and a lot of the stuff that he's got that has just came out didn't, give you that wow factor.
Yeah.
You'll get like a little cool, but nothing out of this ordinary.
Yeah. Striker, I love watching Striker. He's one of the ones that I watch when product first comes out because he always he buys the stuff directly from Tops. He doesn't use the name Striker. He uses whatever his real name is. He overnights. He always pays for the overnight shipping and gets that stuff super quick.
Yeah.
And then he does a review of it and it seems pretty fair, but like
yeah, I remember that video, Larkin, where he pulled almost every damn heavy lumber that was on that checklist.
Yeah. There's just so backyard breaks. There's been
platinum breaks is another one.
Yeah. Well, look at that. I know this isn't a break, but look at that thing with I think he talked about it in Scotty B's video where Michael Rubin opens the card. Jackie Robinson's in it.
Jackie Robinson, yeah.
Come on, dude. Come on.
I mean, hell, you know what? I'm gonna throw my buddy under the bus. Not gonna mention hit seekers, but they always like to showcase their stuff on Instagram.
Yeah.
So I guess it all depends on the breaker, really.
Yeah.
Leighton is another one.
And then there's some I don't know for sure. Like we just watched that thing with Hitman breaks where he opens the 2 Tops Gilded, and I'm like, are you serious right now with those 2 boxes? Are you serious right now? If you guys watched Hitman rips Tops Gilded, I'm not saying that. I don't know because I've seen plenty of boxes he's opened where he's gotten dusted. Him and RGL and them, but those Tops Gilded, I'm like, dang, those are some loaded boxes.
But now, just imagine a high profile breaker ripping into, let's just say, a case of blasters. Okay, I think I can confidently say that case would probably be a bust. And it's not for everybody. And I say that because look at Huddle's car collection. Out of nowhere, he pulls a Jerry Jeter gold out of 50 autograph.
Yeah.
And Tops is actually looking to do something with him that he mentioned a while back. I don't recall what it was, but I mean,
they reached out to him on that. So hopefully that's he was saying hopefully that's actually Tops that reached out to him and they wanted to but Blaster, I've seen carddeal.com.
Right.
He's opened some boxes of blaster boxes and he's gotten some cool stuff in there.
Well, because Card Deal has really nothing else better to do but just ripping the product. I mean, that's all he does.
That's okay with me.
I'm good with that.
Open that stuff and I'll watch it all day. I love it. So,
here's another one that I found interesting. Apparently, there is a consensus that breaking in itself has ruined the hobby.
I don't think that.
Chat, what do you think? Has breaking ruined the hobby? I mean, I know breaking is a new thing that just happened during the pandemic. Maybe it happened a little bit before the pandemic, but it was not as big until the pandemic hit where everybody was locked down and whatnot. But do you really think breaking has been a detriment to the hobby itself?
I think it's been a 50-50 thing for me. I love breaks. Breaks. It's a way to get your teams or whatever at a more affordable price. Like I can't afford to get a hobby box or something, but I can get it on a break.
And it depends on the product too, because a lot of these breakers, because they mentioned it here. John Epiphany mentioned it. It depends on the breaker.
Yes, 100%.
When you get into a break that's a pick your team, like for example, when the 2022 class was out, those prices for Seattle Mariners were through the roof.
What the? Whoa. Mike is not breaking no more?
No. Mike is going to still continue to break. It's just not going to happen on his channel. It's going to happen on the Cardmunity channel.
Oh.
He's gonna convert his actual channel into a Bob Ross finale.
Oh, all the spray paint.
Yes.
I've been enjoying those.
Yeah, I have been too.
Yeah.
So
12
I mean,
breaks.
I don't think breaking has ruined the hobby. If anything, it kind of brings, it takes away I mean, granted, even before breaking came about, I remember as a kid going to my local candy store where they did have these boxes of cards and whatnot, you know, and I would go over there, pick up a couple of packs or whatever the case may be, you know. Breakers actually do most of the legwork for you.
Ooh, I need to check Mike's videos. I thought I've been watching all his videos with all the spray.
Mike's been dropping a lot of shorts.
Yeah, everyone's in the comments is saying he's doing archives and he said he's doing archives and he's done. He said he's had enough of Fanatics, so he said he was on Sean's
yeah, I do remember that because at that time, Stadium Club was supposed to come out, but then it didn't. So he asked for a refund because he didn't want his money tied up, which I don't blame him.
Yeah.
You know, but instead, Blowout was saying, we can't refund you, we'll just give you credit. He was like, no, I want my refund.
Yeah.
So completely understandable.
And they wouldn't give him his refund?
I don't know the outcome of it. I would hope they did give him his refund. But if, in fact, Mike is done with breaking, we just lost a good one.
Yeah. That sucks.
It does.
I want to know if they gave him a refund or not. I want to know if they gave him a refund or not, because that's podcast where they want to talk about that on there and be like, what? I need to email some people.
Definitely.
He said he was only offered credit. No, that's BS.
Hey, real quick, I know there's 18 of y'all in the chat right now. I only see 6 likes, man. Come on, help me out.
Hit that like button, please.
But yeah, that's just my take on breaking in general, honestly. Another good one that he brought up, that Scotty B brought up, is players are not actually signing their cards, which that depends, because I know for a fact Mike Trout signs all of his cards. Ohtani.
How do you know for a fact Mike Trout signs all of his cards? What made you say that?
There's a show that I watch. I don't remember what it's called. I'm gonna have to get that name to you.
I just know. I mean, I just know in the past year we've seen some different stories coming out where cards have been coming up with autographs and the players have been saying those aren't my autographs and things like that. And then there's stories about players hiring like family members or different people to sign some of their stuff for them. So highly possible.
But there's a particular card show out there that help me out, chat. The host of this particular show is actually Matt Strom.
Oh, yeah. The baseball player.
So there was a segment that I believe they was talking, and I think Mike Trout was actually real brief in a particular episode. And they actually showed him signing a card, and that particular card is consistent with every other Mike Trout baseball card that I have seen in production till this day. And on top of that, he's a collector himself.
Yeah, I hear you on that. I feel like probably Bobby Witt Jr. signs all his stuff because he's really into the card collecting himself.
I know J-Rod is another one. I mean, now I'm not saying there's a handful out there that has, you know, their PR manager sign for them or an assistant who signs for them, but the the players that a lot of these collectors are shooting for, I think it's a safe assumption to say they actually signed their own stuff. There you go, the Card Life. That's the name of the show.
Okay, cool.
So that's just, I mean, I'm not going to sit here and say that everybody signs their cards because I know for a fact that they don't. I'm pretty sure there's a couple of old heads that even through TTM, they don't sign their own stuff.
Yeah.
They probably have somebody sign for them. And then you touched up on this earlier. Do grading companies show favoritism to sports card influencers? I think yes. To a certain extent. They don't want to make it, they don't want to make it look obvious. Because again, my prime example is when Jeff went to SGC and they smacked his pee-pee when he was under the impression that he was going to get all gems, and that wasn't the case.
Yeah. I'm trying to remember that video. I remember he went. I remember a video. It was. I think this was a different video though, where he was there and he was guessing the grades. Him and some other dude on some cards guessing, and they and then the grader would say what they would probably grade it at, and so.
But at least that in that video, they actually explained to him why the card got the grade that it did.
Yep, and I think we talked about that a little bit last week. Maybe, man, did we? About how PSA, I think we did. PSA is going to start moving towards explaining why cards are getting the grades that they're going to give. So, and I was like, thank you, Tag, because Tag's been doing that, and Tag is still up and coming. I know a lot of people aren't, interested in Tag, which I don't blame you, because the resale value isn't there.
Yeah. So I just dropped the link to that particular video when Jeff did a tour of SGC.
Okay, cool.
So that's pretty exciting. You guys, PSA will ever go to subgrades? No. I hope they don't. Well, you know what, Will? They do the half grades. They do that because I know I did send a card to Adrian to get graded, and it actually came back at 8.5.
8.5. They do like 6, 6.5, 7, 7.5. They do not do 9.5s though. It's either a 9 or it's a 10.
Which makes no sense.
That's a huge, it doesn't. So huge thing with that. I don't watch.
But I think honestly, subgrades won't be needed if the graders are actually going to put graders notes on these particular cards that they grade. I mean, I think if you have graders notes with subgrades, you're just, you're kicking a dead horse.
You guys are talking about these other shows. I did binge watch a few of the MLB carded shows.
Yeah.
Those are fun.
Those are fun.
I really like when they've got like the players opening cards with their kids and they're excited to just pull base cards. I freaking love that. That's what I'm talking about. When they pull like a card of their dad and different stuff like that, and how the players are like, when they're going through the cards, they're like, oh, this guy, such and such, he was, stuff like that. Oh, so awesome.
Nikki, when you do submit your first submission to Tag, I guarantee you're going to love that experience. Because I know 100%. When Adrian and I did a test drive with a Tag submission, now that I really think about it, I wish that particular podcast episode was a 2-hour special, because 1 hour alone would have been spent on just going over
oh my God.
Yeah.
Go back and look at some of our Tag videos. I think we've got Tag is where it should be at.
It should be, yeah.
And their slabs, like I said, their slabs are the best looking slabs on the market for sure.
So you wanted to touch up more on this whole Dan the Cardman versus Justin Scamble.
Yeah. I had he's live right now. I was kind of going back and forth. He was talking, he's doing a live and there's a lot of people, he's answering a lot of questions, but I was curious.
I saw the title of his live stream too, talking about scam mystery packs, and he actually did a video on how PWCC ruined his mail day.
I saw that. I haven't watched that video yet, but I can't wait to watch it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that, and we talked about the Justin. Yeah, I don't know if any of you guys have ever watched any of his stuff. I actually wouldn't waste my time anymore, to be honest, with the group of people
Sean,
that we have
honestly, what cards I would send to tag would be anything that's going to stay home. Honestly. But if you're looking to make some type of profit off of, obviously you know where it needs to go. Okay. But if it's something that you know for a fact you're taking to the grave with you, it should be in a tag slab. I sound hypocritical because I collect Julio Rodriguez and everything is in a PSA slab, but that's just my personal preference.
I'm trying to think of, look, you have sent stuff into tag, and I can't remember.
I sent some Judges. I sent a gold Roger Maris. I sent a lot of Yankee cards.
Yeah.
And I think I still hold the record for the lowest graded card in tag history.
Yeah.
Because that Judge came back as a 4.
But I send in cards that, yeah, maybe they definitely PC cards, cards that I don't plan on selling. That, I mean, I showed off this one tonight. This is, I mean, just the way they make the cards look. If you got like a card in your collection that you just love the way it looks, and it doesn't necessarily make sense to grade it, to like resell it or anything like that. Right. This is definitely the way. If you want to slab it and preserve it and present it and such, that's the way to go. 100%.
I think there's a card show coming up in November that I might just hit up, and I will do another video on it there. Will, so it depends on the date, actually. How long does it take for them to return on average? Well, whatever they post on their website, Phil, they're pretty consistent with whatever timeline that they actually have. I think the one that we did was 30 days?
Yeah, they've got 30 days. They've got 60 days. I think they've got like 10 to 15 days.
Yeah,
they're pretty dead on with it. No local card shows around here. The card shop that's up in Rogue River, I went there earlier this week. He's focusing really in on Pokemon. He's a super nice guy. He is still going to have baseball. He said that he's not really doing the whole football and basketball deal, which is cool. But that card shop is being really successful with Pokemon, which I don't blame him. So
yeah,
not anything else going on around here.
You just gained a new client potentially there, Adrian.
Oh,
check out Dom's comment.
What do we got here? Are you open to group submissions on tag? Yes, I'm open to group submissions for anything. People have contacted me before for, like, I've got cards sent in. Well, I've got cards sent in for Mr. Enfuego, always. My brother-in-law, always. Sean, Jedi Master, has cards at PSA right now through me. I've done it for Diamond. I've done it for Big Chief Sports Cards and Claire's Cards. And Adam's Card Closet has a big vintage submission in right now. Oh, my buddy Jebin.
I can't wait to see that one.
I can't either. I can't. My buddy Jebin, who I do a lot of PSA reveals with sometimes, he's got cards in. So if you guys just let me know, and as long as you're patient, because it takes time. I'm really good about giving updates, though. So, yeah.
I'm just going to go ahead and reiterate. If you're expecting a grade before you send it to Adrian, don't get your panties in a ruffle if she comes back at you with reality.
Because you're going to get reality. Sorry. If you don't like it, enjoy. If you don't like it, enjoy your PSA 6s.
Yes. Makes perfect sense.
Chicago has a big 800 plus table show coming up in November. Same place as where the Nationals at. Oh, that's cool. My latest card show sucked for cards. I did get 2 Jalen Hurts figures and 2 Bryce Harper pop. Oh, cool. As far as the hobby goes, I get my news from our Discord, YouTube and the Huddle and Pittsburgh. Those guys are awesome. I've been really watching a lot of both their videos. We need to set up the thing for them to come on to our podcast now.
Yep.
Don't have time for other channels. Rather watch the Cardmunity folks instead. I love it. Thank you, Dom.
Appreciate that, Dom. Sean was wrong about you. What else we got going on here? Looks like we're all caught up on the chat. Sean says he's going to go see Rafa at the Hidden Gem tomorrow at a card show. Oh, that's awesome.
Nice. Anthony is great. Pittsburgh. What is going on with your football team in Enfuego?
And what football team is that?
I was going to say, do you have a football team?
I did have one. I'm not going to say I do have one. I did have one.
Ooh, are you a Jets fan? Were you a Jets fan?
No, I'm a Giants guy. I was a
New York
Giants guy.
Okay. I'm wrong a lot, but not about the Astros. I don't see.
Oh, the Army. What? Who they playing?
Army. Oh, man. Tag really needs to grade vintage to win over the old timers ahead of their time with some grading skill. They realized PSA's success was mostly time in the hobby, not accuracy with grading. 100%. They do have a lot. They still have a long way to go, Tag, because that's it. I should say that because Dawn was interested in it. Tag only grades certain modern cards, no acetate cards.
They're not doing vintage at this moment.
Not doing vintage. Cards that are over 55 point, and that's subjective too, because I sent cards that were under and they still came back that they wouldn't grade them. I will say that the cards that they didn't grade, they did not charge me for them. But yes, Tag still has a ways to go. It's taking them a long time to get to where they need to be. They spent a long time to get to this point, which I respect, but at the same time, like,
I always thought the Army versus Navy football game was in December. Oh, yep. Kenny just put it overhead. It's the first Saturday in December. Okay.
Doesn't grade sucks. Barely have free time.
No, not yet. They don't grade socks just yet.
LSU.
They're still working on boxers.
Is Army playing LSU?
Either way, last time I actually caught an Army Navy game was during the game where the Army football team was actually sporting the 10th Mountain Division patch on their uniforms, and that was the unit that I spent almost half of my Army career with.
Are you collecting Volpe?
No.
Not really?
Not really.
I know you got one graded card of him.
I do got one graded card. I'm not prejudiced in not picking up stuff on him, but he's not really on my radar.
Yeah.
Who is the best graders out there now? Well, that's all personal preference, Phil, but
subjective.
The consensus, and as cliche as it sounds, if you are looking to make money in the hobby, you want to go PSA. If you are a collector of vintage items, me personally, I go with the SGC route. And then now that I got my feet wet with Tag, I would actually incorporate Tag and use them just for personalized collection only.
Because a PSA 10 Mike Trout rookie and a SGC 10 Mike Trout rookie, two different prices. That PSA 10 is worth more money as it stands right now in the hobby.
And who set it up that way? We did.
Mm-hmm.
What the hell, Sean? Really? My students don't like me grading papers anymore.
I don't blame him. You always give him a low grade.
Well, if they deserve it,
Yeah.
I don't blame them. So,
So what?
anybody pulled any big hits lately, or picked
Yeah.
up anything worth mentioning? Like, I do know that, and we mentioned it last week. I got into a personalized break of the J Rod Show Out collection with hit seekers on loot, and there was a few cards in there that I was glad that they actually pulled for me. Like there was a J Rod that was pulled, there was an Alex that was pulled, but the autograph, not a real big fan of it. But despite that, it's numbered to 10. You know, it was worthwhile. Not even gonna lie, and I haven't even broken into that box yet. But when I do break into it, there's gonna be a couple of things that I will be pulling out that you just may see on your upcoming Silco live stream.
Nice. I pulled an Altuve Platinum Anniversary at 100. I'm training Sean. Cool. I stopped by for me, picked up some cool cards for the mystery pack break. That's going to be awesome. Magnus's mystery card break.
That is awesome, Dom.
BVG. I'm not sure. I'm assuming you're talking about Beckett, Alan.
Yeah,
Holds
that's
a higher
mm-hmm.
than SGC for vintage. I honestly don't know. I'm going to take your word for that. I don't know if that's true because I feel like I feel like Beckett is garbage now, personally.
They
I
fell
feel like
off.
they were up there, but I just don't have any. That company's garbage to me, so I never even think about them. Finally completed my 27 years of Nolan Ryan playing years of Topps. Oh, wow. That's awesome.
Congratulations, man.
Beckett vintage grading. I see. I'm not even familiar with.
Yeah, I've seen a BVG slab quite a few times, and
Yeah.
Again, Beckett has fell off like you wouldn't believe, in my opinion. At one point, there was actually the alpha male in the grading business, but they just fell off. Really, I don't know why, but I guess probably because they have not changed anything about their grading procedures for years.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I agree with you, Dom. Their slabs are beautiful. However, they're just bulky. You know, it's like you could register them as weapons, to be quite honest.
I was gonna say they're probably Beckett. They're probably the most well built slabs as far as protecting your cards, but I don't think they're very good looking personally. But that's just me, though. I know a lot of people think differently. Yeah,
So, I
and
mean,
collecting to each his own. But he prefers BGS. That's cool.
everybody has their own pet peeves.
I don't know if I even have one. I don't think so. Oh, I do have one that I did a trade for on that.
You did have a BVG?
Not a BVG. I didn't realize that there was two different. It's just a Beckett card.
Okay.
That Fernando Tatis with the different swatches I traded for a while back.
Mm-hmm.
But
okay.
Yeah, I don't know. I just got a couple cards. I hadn't done any trades with them because there was an issue with the last trade, and they took months to give me my cards, and I was ready to light them up, but it was they did stay in contact with me, so I didn't get too upset, but it took like a couple months for me to get cards for a trade. So
right. There aren't any sporting events that are catching my interest, Will. So the answer to that would be no for me. You know, I don't watch football. Baseball is about to come to an end, so nope.
Yeah.
Not at all.
Trying to think. I don't think so. I mean, I've always thought about going to a 49er game. There because Levi Stadium's in my hometown where I grew up, and that's my team. But we'll see if it works out. It's way more expensive to go to a 49er game than it is to go to an A's game. So we'll see how that goes. He's over now, so he doesn't have any interest.
Actually, Johnny, I used to watch WNBA when they first came out, and I think my favorite player was from the New York Liberty, Rebecca Lobo.
Yeah, New York Liberty is my favorite team now, and I've watched it. Well, I did watch the games, like, because I love Sabrina Ionescu.
I agree with you there, Dom. They look okay, but in my opinion, they were the build of the slab is too flimsy.
Yeah,
honestly. And it's probably because of that the black plastic that's actually inside the slab itself.
I bet a vintage card when and if they start doing them, a vintage card would look really nice in one of these tags.
Dom almost went to a Liberty game on Saturday.
Oh, it's awesome. Wednesday.
Dom, would you ever, if you were single, would you find yourself dating a WNBA player? Or just a taller woman in general?
How tall is Dom? Maybe he's a tall dude.
I'm willing to assume he's not.
Sir, I became a Liberty fan just because of I still watch it. Was sad they couldn't take out the Aces. That is more of a personal thing for me. I would date a rich lady for sure. Hard answer. Probably need a ladder. Ooh, Drunken Chef Barbecue. Who's Drunken Chef Barbecue? He said, oh, I lost it. Hit
I
that
appreciate that, Drunken Chef.
That's awesome. I coach, so I respect athletes. Tall women are good sizes for certain things. Oh my God. Will is 6 feet.
Dom coaches, he's a coach, so he respects athletes. Very well at all. So how are we looking for this World Series? I'm still going to be predicting it's going to be a Phillies Astro round 2.
It's looking like it. It is looking like it. At least he has a winning team.
Oh, so I learned something interesting today. And I think, I don't know how your mother's going to feel about it. And don't know how Kyle's going to feel about it. Because it kind of affects both of them.
Mm-hmm.
You know who Jason Varitek is, right?
Yeah.
He played for the Boston Red Sox?
Yeah.
He's being considered to be the next manager for the San Francisco Giants.
Okay. That's cool.
And apparently he's still under some kind of contract with the Red Sox. And I read it on, I think it was Trade Rumors on X, but they're giving him permission to proceed in possibly obtaining that position.
The Giants need somebody that can get the job done.
Yeah. I mean, Jason Varitek, I think he's already had his run with the Hall of Fame, and that didn't go through. But, I mean, still got a decent resume.
Yeah, for sure. Ooh, Tom said the D-backs just got a homer. I got to pull that back up, see what the score is for that.
Them D-backs ain't going down without a fight.
Guys, be sure to give Drunken Chef Barbecue a follow. I'm going to follow him after this chat. He says he's like, I tap in here from time to time. My channel has all food content, cooking and grilling.
Now I remember him.
Yeah.
I think I commented on one of his videos. I love food. And yeah,
Awesome.
some of the videos that he's got on there, man.
Yeah.
Bobby Flay got nothing on him.
I freaking love barbecue.
I just
videos.
dropped the link to his channel. Make sure y'all go check him out.
My brother-in-law is a big Red Sox fan. Johnny.
Condolences.
I could say the same for the Yankees fans right now.
Touche.
Being fat, I can't.
Yeah, I mean, think about it, Johnny. Is food really going to be good if it was chefed up by a skinny guy?
Good point.
What better judge of the art of being in the culinary field than somebody who's fluffy?
I'm not fat, I'm fluffy.
Exactly. Exactly. And it's funny. Monday through Friday, before I go to bed, I have made sure that I get in at least 1 hour of Beat Bobby Flay.
Nice.
Exactly, Drunken Chef. You can't trust a skinny cook.
Yes. What's your guys' go-to meal and beverage? Okay. Ooh. This is tough. That's tough.
Oh, man.
I definitely love Mexican and Italian food.
I'm so sick of Mexican. And I blame my
you were
daughter
saying
for that.
that.
I blame my daughter on that one.
Yeah. You were saying that. Oh, what's up, Matty Ice?
Maddie.
Shoot, that's tough. I make a lot of pastas at home. Like I made fettuccine with tomatoes and spinach tonight.
Honestly, damn, that shit sounds good too.
Yeah. Sushi.
I would have no issues throwing down a nice big plate of manicotti and throw and any type of red dark color wine, honestly.
Oh man, that sounds amazing. Just I like what Drunk, he put seared tri-tip. Yeah. My husband makes does a really good smoked tri-tip. So tri-tip with the baked potato, and then I love asparagus too. That's God, I'm so hungry now.
I love asparagus, especially when I have a nice big portion of it. I purposely, when I'm using the restroom, I tend to call my wife over just so she can have the aroma.
I had to explain that to some people. They didn't know that doesn't happen to everybody. I thought it did, but you eat asparagus, it makes your pee stink.
Yes.
Did y'all know that? Sheesh. Instantly too. It's not like you wait a day or so. No. The next time you pee,
it's like fast acting.
Yeah. On the 12th, I made my birthday meal. Ooh, enchilada. That's awesome. What is even left to come out? Holiday and Heritage High Number.
Well, I'm glad you asked that because I'm getting ready to pull up the schedule and see what's coming up. So from what I see right now, and okay, so November 1st, we're looking at Panini Chronicles Baseball. The 3rd, we're looking at Bowman Sterling.
Yep.
I remember at one point that was to be determined. On the 3rd, also, Onyx Vintage Extended Baseball. Archives is coming out. Topps Definitive to be announced. Update series, Chrome update, still scheduled for the 15th. National Treasures on the 22nd.
It's going to be interesting this year.
What I'm really looking forward to seeing, and right now they don't have a definitive date, museum collection.
Did museum come out this year?
No, it's scheduled to come out. They have it slotted in November, but with to be announced in parentheses.
2023? Because isn't that museum usually comes out early? Yeah, things got
2023.
Triple Threads is triple Threads and Dynasty actually. When are those? Those sets are probably gonna be so late.
They have a new Leaf is actually dropping a brand new product.
Yeah.
In December 2023, Leaf, a Bronx Legacy baseball.
Interesting.
Let me see what that's all about.
Yeah.
They already got eBay projected prices for a hobby box, $235. Actually, you know what? Let me share this screen real quick. Share screen. Window. Boom. So this is what it is. Product details. Paying tribute to the New York Yankees. Okay. To Yankees product. So they got Don Mattingly. Lore of the Rings. That's cool. Oh, that's nasty. I like that. The 09 Ring Team. A Stitch in Time displays cut baseball leather from a signed baseball. 4 premium hits. Okay. Bucky Dent. Wow.
That's cool.
Hey, Bernie. Oh, that's awesome. Newspaper inserts.
Yeah.
Then they got...
What's his name is going to like that. 3 Good Nerds. I just because you showed so many Don Mattingly cards, he's really into Don Mattingly.
The Ring Team of 78. Wow. So it's slated to have 4 hits. Please don't tell me it's just 4 cards.
Oh, they do that.
I'm gonna be upset.
They do that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Yes, they do, Kenny. Red Sox fans love them some Bucky Dent.
Yeah, I'm looking at this list. Topps Inception baseball. But a lot of it's to be announced. I feel like
Only Dom.
This is I'll tell you later.
Wait, Sean. Don Mattingly was not playing in 2009. What are you talking about?
That was a good team with Donnie Baseball.
Oh, I think everybody remembers that one, Kenny.
I remember the Homer Forever, and I am not even a Yankees fan yet.
So what you got upcoming in your channel there, Adrian?
I've got that PSA reveal. It was like short reveal video that I haven't got out yet. I picked up a
Wait, you got a PSA reveal coming out?
Yeah, that 4-card one. I still haven't showed it up.
Okay.
With the things yet. I've picked up this mega box of Topps Chrome. I actually traded. I had this like Pokemon stuff that I traded.
Yeah.
The guy at the card shop for one of these. That's it at the moment.
Okay.
That's it at the moment.
What's up, Shenanigans? Jeremy was like, I wasn't born for a year and a half, but I remember it. Yeah, so I know tomorrow I'm going to start working on ripping into another box of
nice
platinum.
That's always a fun rip.
Definitely a fun rip. I still have one more other box that I have there, and then I'm still sitting on 4 hanger boxes of Topps Update. And I noticed
2022 update, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, nice.
Like KC Car Connection, he's still a ripping update.
Oh yeah.
Lucky Peter, he's reverting back to the Stadium Club Chrome.
If y'all are up late, check out Spine Ticks. I got your message on that, Sean. Yeah, I'll definitely check that out. I don't know if you have a banner or not. You can throw up your SeatGeek code too. If anybody wants that, get yourself $20 off.
There you go.
Purchase.
Also, for those of you that are not aware, the best products to actually get out there for preserving your hobby, you want to go to cardshells.com.
Yep.
Both Adrian and I have promo codes for that as well. Mine's is Enfuego, obviously. And you'll save $10 off of any order that's $50 or higher.
Awesome.
And it's top of the line.
And if you're
yeah, you know what? I don't understand half these YouTubers. I mean, I love them to death, but I mean, what's up with everybody doing live streams like at 3:00 in the morning?
Some people don't sleep, man. Some people don't sleep.
Me.
Yeah.
You know, I'd be like, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and watch it. What time is it? It's gonna be like at 2:00. Okay, come 11:59. I'm already on my third dream.
Yeah. I might not be there at the live. I'll be for reals, but I usually do go back and watch lives.
Yeah, I do go and catch the replay.
Yeah, I do that a lot with like sports card radios on Thursdays because I'm at work. A lot of people's lives I can't watch the whole thing when I'm at work, but definitely we'll check out both of those because I am subscribed to both Spine Ticks and Sensei Domino.
Yeah, Tony is a great guy, but he's got to work with us on his time management. You know, I don't even stay up that late really on weekends unless I've got something planned out. But who else was it? I'm waiting for these game shows to kick back off again. Jeopardy.
Game shows?
Jeopardy. Sticks Jeopardy.
Oh yeah, I know. I've been waiting for those too.
Man. Somebody reach out to Sticks and tell him he needs to start getting hot on it. Shenanigans. I'm 11 p.m. I'm in La La Land. I agree with you. They said once a month. Okay. RGL and Hitman do like 12-hour breaks.
Yeah, they do. Those guys are animals.
Well, I mean, they're both young, so they have the energy to do it. Me personally, my old ass can't do it no more. So Adam said he had to pick up a second job. Hey man, times is hard.
Yep.
Times is definitely hard. Oh, so completely off the baseball topic. So I'm sure you've seen commercials on it, Adrian. You know about this lawsuit with the 3M earplugs?
Yeah.
They got a verdict, and I should be getting paid early next year.
Oh, really? The ones that look like little Christmas trees?
Huh?
The ones that look like little Christmas trees, right? The 3M
yellow
ones?
one side, black on the other?
Yeah.
So they have it broken down into tiers. So if you happen to be a veteran who just claimed the tinnitus, okay?
Yeah.
The payout is $5,000.
Dang.
Now, if you happen to have tinnitus and slight hearing loss, $10,000.
Then there's you.
Loss, say again.
Exactly. I said, and then there's you.
And then there's me. So basically, when it stays at the $10,000 bracket until you reach like the mild moderate stage, where it's bumped up to like $16,000. And then there's me, where you got to wear hearing aids and your hearing is slowly deteriorating, and the cap for that is 24.
Dang.
But then if you wanted to be that a-hole and say, no, my hearing is worth more than that, you can opt out of that quick payout program and take it through litigation. But the caveat to this, you have to pay out of pocket to continue the retainer for that lawyer that fought the case, and hope you're going to get a bigger payout. And based off of what the lawyers are saying, it's not looking too good for the home team.
Really?
Yep, because you had they said that they recorded about 200,000 claimants just for this lawsuit. And the payout, the settlement was at $6 billion. And you know the lawyers are going to get their cut, which is about half of that.
Yeah. It's a shame. I don't know. It's a shame that they don't do a better job. I feel like there's so many veterans that go without all these extra what am I trying to say? Like rewarded for disabilities and stuff that happened.
Yep.
Because they aren't taught when they exit the military,
right,
where to go and what to do. Because it is a process. You don't just get out and just get it.
No,
you have to go. You got to go to the VA. You got to go. You got to sign in. You got to do all their stuff, and then
you got to go through hell and high water.
Yeah, and it's a process. And like, I just feel like they should streamline that a little bit better when people leave the military, whether they retire or honorably discharge or whatever. But anyways, yeah, that for hearing, that's odd. Yeah, because I know hearing aids are crazy expensive. I know a lot of people come to Costco to get a better deal on hearing aids. If you guys don't know, that like Costco is a great place to get hearing aids for cheaper than what a lot of places do.
Card deal don't tempt me.
What do you say? Just time me out now in advance.
But I just dropped Mr. Whistle's link in the chat. Feel free to connect with him and show him some support. So we are over that 1 hour mark.
Ooh.
So we're going to go ahead and call it wraps here now, especially since Card Deal decided to show up now.
Yeah.
More reason to go ahead and end it. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, tune in to us next week. Be on the lookout. You might see a change in the Baseball Junkies podcast thumbnail. Okay, and based off the thumbnail, it will let you know of what change to look forward to in our upcoming episode. I'm not gonna go ahead and disclose which one, but I know it's coming.
It's coming.
Make sure you go catch that PSA reveal and that box rip that Adrian's got going on. Once I have my video recorded, I'll post it in the Discord. Make sure y'all go check that out. And I appreciate everybody showing up, and then just like I said in my videos, it's been fun. It's been real. And we will both catch y'all on the next one.